Welcome to the Gentlemen's Club Live with your host, the Commissioner, and the three-time champ, Andrew Simon. This guy's been in the championship game the last 2 years, and he's won 50% of the time. It's Eric Hastert. And this guy is in a 10-man league. We've had 9 different champions, but he's not one of them. It's Brian Hastert.
What up, what up? It's just me today. Simon took the night off, and no one knows where Brian is. Just making sure the stream was working there. First off, bachelor party was a damn good time. I was a little skeptical at New Orleans. I was like, that's kind of like out of left field for Dustin. I was like, that's pretty random, but it ended up being a damn good time. I got this badass shirt. Whole $7 down there. Got that good souvenir. I mean, we got drunk. We saw titties. Someone got stabbed. Someone got robbed. It was everything you could ask for in a bachelor party. Shout out D-Bones. Only 1 week left, and then it's all downhill. Or can't do math. Yeah, 1 more week, and then you're locked in. Another wolf down, as they would say it. But let's get into it. This is a fantasy show. Let's look at where we're at on the trends here. Just taking a look at this. Dylan taking just a plunge there, down back to 8th. I mean, he did lose Chubb. Aaron Rodgers going out doesn't help Garrett Wilson. So his 2 best players already affected. Dylan, you may be in that lotto next year. We'll see. Dustin's staying there at 2. Caleb's trending down, back down to 7 there. Simon trending up. He had a pretty good week. I'm trending up like always. Justin trending down. Anyone could have saw that coming after his draft grade. And then Brian jumping all the way up to number 1. He is undefeated right now. Mitch, I forgot about him because he's still sitting back down in last. And then A-Ray and Brady's team trending up. So we'll see. There's a lot of flip-flopping going on. There's a lot of this, a lot of that. Still a long season, only 4 weeks in. But let's go ahead and take a look of what happened last week. Thought there was an intro for this. Don't think there is. Is there any comments? Nobody's here. Nobody's live with me. That's cool. I'll just do everything on my own. Let's get into it. Last week, this would have been the matchup of the week had we done a show, but obviously we were a little preoccupied getting ready for that bachelor party. It did not go well for Dustin. 2 3-0 teams taking on each other here. Brian just with the massive blowout, 140 to 82. Let's take a look at Brian's team. Mahomes, honestly, not that great of a week. Started out hot, but cooled off there in the second half. That game was kind of stressful to watch. Decent weeks out of his running backs. Nothing out of Olave. I have him in another league, so that's pretty disappointing there. Nico Collins, though, great pickup. 32 points. He's looking really good. Mark Andrews had a good week, and Kyron Williams. Brian's had some good pickups this year, and that might be the difference maker on his team because he already dropped Javonte Williams, but his depth is not looking bad. What happened to Dustin here? Tua, not a great week. Played Buffalo, good defense. Tony Pollard, though, I mean, he should get better. I don't think they're going to keep blowing out teams, but when they do blow out teams, he doesn't get the ball much. He doesn't play much. That's just going to fuck you over. DeAndre Swift, worth every penny of that $500. Keenan Allen with a little bit of an off week there, 10 points, and then the rest is history. Not too much going on there. Kelsey, not a great week either. Sorry, Dustin. You took the loss here. Brian moves undefeated. We've seen him in this position before. Will he win this week, or will he lose the next 8 straight? We're about to find out next week. Let's take a look at another blowout here. We got Simon versus Mitch. Not much to say. Simon almost hit that 160 club. His team looking pretty good, minus Joe Burrow. He is just absolute dog shit. I don't think you can start him until he's healthy or figures out what's going on, or maybe he just got paid too much. I guess we'll find out. CMC, though, is the GOAT. He is the GOAT. 45 points out of him. And Isaiah Pacheco, 23. He's quietly having a good year. I think he's like top 15 right now at running back. And A.J. Brown coming around town. I tried to trade Simon for A.J. Brown. He's like, he's got to give him one more week, and he's had 2 great fucking weeks since. Puka Nacua Might be pickup of the year. We will see. But damn, 26.8 points. Can't get any better than that. And then his kicker with 14. Did he leave any bench points? Not really. Mitch is struggling out of the gate here, 0-4. Does have the number one quarterback in fantasy, though. I guess you always know your quarterbacks. You're always good with quarterbacks. You do have the number one right now. He did break his finger, so that could change. Jahmyr Gibbs is having a disappointing year because David Montgomery is just the beast in Detroit. Josh Jacobs coming around finally. Jamar Chase not good because of Joe Burrow. So that's hurting you right now. Your team overall looks good, but obviously just didn't perform this week and hasn't performed really all year yet. I think you had one good week over 100 points, and you ended up playing Dustin that week, and I think you will get lost like 140 to 120. Still didn't start A-Chain. I don't think that would have mattered here. It would have definitely got you over 100 points, which would have helped, but your kicker doesn't even have a picture. That's a bad sign right there. So Mitch, 0-4, hoping for a win this week. Let's look at another blowout. We just had a few blowouts. And who is it? Old D-boy. Matt Breida show getting blown out here by Brady, wide receiver university. Definitely wide receiver U because he still has no running backs. I probably should play some music here. Let's see if it's too loud. Let me know if that's too loud. Oh, that's plastic. Sorry, boys. I'm not used to the interface here. I'm trying to get it right. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right. Justin getting beat here. Not a whole lot to talk about. Justin's team sucks. Brady's team just sucks a little bit less. Great week out of Justin Jefferson and Anthony Richardson. That was a good draft pick there. Brady, I'll give you that. Bucks D giving you some good points. Calvin Ridley had 10 points on like the first drive and didn't get the ball after that. You should have traded him to me. Let's just take a quick pause. While we're in New Orleans, I was like, Brady, I kind of want Calvin Ridley. He was like, I kind of want Breece Hall. I was like, all right, send me a trade, Brady. So we're on Bourbon Street. We're drinking. We're having a good time. Brady shows me like 3 or 4 different trades. I was like, I like it. Send it. Send that trade. Send it over to me. All right, I'll send it. He keeps telling me he's going to send it. He keeps telling me. I never got it. Never got it. Probably the last day of the trip, he's like, all right, I'm going to send you the trade. He's looking at his phone. You know what? I don't want to send the trade. All right. So that's what it's like trading with Brady. He's going to tell you he's going to send one, and then he'll never send it. Brady, with a good win here. We'll see if you can continue this week. Let's go with, have we talked about? No, we haven't. Dylan and Caleb here. Caleb with a big win over Dylan. Putting up 129 to 107. Caleb got a big week out of Josh Allen and the Cowboys defense. Can they carry Caleb to more victories? I don't know. They actually play a real team this week, which we'll get into. But that's really all there is to talk about on Caleb's team, just 2 players. And then Dylan's team, he didn't look bad all around. I mean, 20 here, 31 there. Khalil Herbert, that was a risky start against Denver, maybe not, but he got you 20 points. It worked out. Wide receivers are struggling. 49ers defense, that's interesting, especially against Arizona, who's quietly been decent this year. Anybody screw up and leave points on the bench? Yeah. Caleb could have started Brandon Ayuk and had a bigger deficit there, but Caleb takes the win here, moves on to 2-2. And then last but not least, we had me and my boss, A-Ray. We had a little bit of a lunch bet on this. He's going to pay that up tomorrow. I will Snapchat the delicious free meal that I'm about to enjoy. I had a great week. I don't know about you. I had a great week. 27 out of Jalen, 33 out of Montgomery. Let's fucking go. Kamara's first week back, almost 15 points here. You got to love that, especially when I've just been waiting for him to come back. And he finally did. Stephon Diggs, another great one. Look at these guys. 3 touchdowns apiece. You got to love it. And then DJ Moore, finally. I mean, he's been pretty consistent. I think he's had like 10 to 15 points every week so far, but except for maybe week 1. And then, boom, against Denver, had a big week. Hopefully he does the same thing tonight. My defense kicker, wow, terrible. Let's look at A-Ray's team, finally getting points out of Derrick Henry. Trevor Lawrence just isn't the same this year. He has not looked good yet. Devontae Adams with a down week, even with 11 points. James Cook looking pretty good. And damn, Jake Elliott might be your MVP right now, A-Ray. I think he's had like double-digit points every week. Yeah, 17, 12, 11, 18. He is literally outscoring Joe Burrow in fucking fantasy points. That's crazy. Anything on the bench here? Avery left some points. Probably could have helped him. I don't think it would have gotten the job done. And then my bench just looks like dog shit. And then we got a little Saquon down here. Yeah, A-Ray 2-2, Eric 2-2. We got a lot of tightness going on. Let's go ahead and just take a look at the standings after this week. I'll go ahead and play this old boy. A lot of 2-2 teams. So obviously not going to get any separation for another few weeks. But Brian sitting on top, Dustin in second. Then we just got a fucking 5-way tie here for 6-way tie for third. And then Justin, only 1-3 team. I mean, I predicted that. Maybe you didn't, but Mitch still winless, not looking great. I will say I was looking at some of the points here. It's pretty spread out. I mean, it's pretty even up here, and then it just gets bad down there. Mitch, though, I will say, pretty unlucky. 522 points against him. That's a lot of points. But he has failed to break 400, whereas everyone else has over 400 points. Not too good there. I know me, Dustin, and Brady have a bet for points on the season. It's pretty close so far. Dustin's got a 12-point lead on me. Brady's up by 2 points. So that could get very interesting and very spicy there in the middle of the season. I forgot to do pickup of the week. Let's go ahead and do that. Once I pause this fucking music, there we go. All right, let's get into the old pickup, bub.
I like that. And I really like that. So if this is truly a conversation, then I say let the conversation begin.
We're going to go back to last Wednesday when we had a bunch of money spent here, a lot by Justin Miller and a lot by Mitch. I think this will work out for you, Mitch. It did not last week. Tank Dell, I think, had like 2 points, something like that. $170 on him. That's a lot of money. I mean, I was going to spend 67. Could have saved a little bit, but that should be fine. I think he'll end up being all right this year. Miller trying to replace his number one wide receiver, Mike Williams, who anyone could have predicted that he was going to get hurt. With Josh Palmer, not a bad pickup. I think Quentin Johnston's going to be the guy. Maybe not the next couple weeks. Give it 3 or 4 weeks. Quentin Johnston will be that Mike Williams role. Adam Thielen, not bad. Kind of old. Panthers suck. Whatever. But this pickup of the week, I'm going to give it to Simon here, actually, with Jordan Love. He needed a backup quarterback bad since he had Joe Burrow. And Jordan Love's been quietly pretty solid. He's had over 20 points every week, and I think he's like the number 6 quarterback right now. So consistency is all that matters in fantasy football. I think Simon's going to get it, especially this week against the Raiders. Pretty good pickup there, Simon. Hopefully he can fill in the quarterback void that you have until Joe Burrow somehow figures out how to play football again. Because right now, it's not looking great. All right. Let's get into next week. How do I... 1 second, let me figure this shit out. Oh, did we have a, I would say we'd give out a Hastert Luck Award, but there really wasn't one. No loser really scored a lot of points, so no Hastert Luck this week. We're going to move on from that. Let's just get into next week's games. We're going to start with Dustin and Justin. There's been a lot of shit talking going on in the chat. We're going to go with, or do we do a little Scotty Graves? We're going to go into the Thunder Roll. All right, Justin and Dustin. 3-1 versus 1-3 here. Pretty big margin in Dustin's favor. Not surprised. I will say Justin is missing Austin Eckler and Aaron Jones. He's on bye this week. All right, looking at Dustin's team first. Wait, why is it showing A-Ray's team? What the hell? ESPN does that. Like, I was like flipping back and forth at work today, like trying to look at some stuff for the show tonight, and it's still showing. Oh, it is A-Ray's team. I'm a dumbass. I wanted to start here. There we go. Okay. Looking at Dustin's team, we got Tua versus the Giants. I'm expecting him to get you at least 25. He's going to go over that projection there. The Giants are trash. Kirk Cousins versus Kansas City. Our defense is looking pretty good. Did give up some yards to Zach Wilson. I still think we're going to be all right. Kirk Cousins is going to probably get you 20 still, but I'm not expecting a big week. I don't want Kirk. Pollard versus the Niners, not a great matchup, but it is Tony Pollard. He'll probably get at least one touchdown there. Etienne at Buffalo. You don't like it. The Jags have been bad this year. Travis Etienne, not too great. I mean, he's still a top 21 running back right now, but I'm not liking that matchup. We'll just finish with Justin's team here. James Conner, he should have a solid week against Cincinnati. Same with Gabe Davis. He'll be good against Jacksonville. He's been pretty solid, even if he's getting 2 catches a game. Adam Thielen, mildly consistent. Somehow, I guess he did have a huge week. He's number 11 right now. Hopefully he can continue that. Bryce Young, I think, may be a little bit of a bust. Going with Jake Ferguson. I like that pick up there with Dallas. Aaron Jones is questionable, so I guess he could play. I thought he was on bye for some reason. So if he does play, and if he plays like Aaron Jones, that will help you big time, especially against the terrible fucking Raiders. And then no one cares about that. But for Falcons defense, really, against Houston, we'll see. Back to Dustin's team, Swift and Smith both going up against the Rams. You like that matchup. Definitely in Dustin's favor. Going with old Michael Thomas. Maybe we can see old Michael Thomas of old here. You never know. He hasn't looked bad this year. He's been pretty consistent, so not a bad play. Kelsey versus Minnesota, he's matchup with. So 15 for Kelsey. Madison, I think Christian Jones is going to eat his lunch. So I don't think a good week out of Madison here. Plus, we might see some Cam Akers this week. Who knows with Cam Akers if he'll ever play football again. I like the matchup there with the defense and then kicker, whatever. I think the line's got this one right. I think Dustin's going to move on to 4-1. Justin dropping down to 1-4. Reigning champ, 1-4. Nice. Let's move over here to Mitch and Dylan. Mitch looking for that first win, and it's looking good. We will see if the projection holds tight here. Dylan just trying to avoid disaster, really. Matthew Stafford, he's actually been pretty good this year, too. I don't know against Philly, though. It is at home. Whatever. Josh Jacobs should be solid. He is coming around. A-Chain, he's finally starting A-Chain against the Giants. And, wow, that is a matchup you love to see. He could get you 30 points. It just depends on if they pull him because they're up by 40. Jamar Chase was looking better as of late. The last 2 games, he's had over 10 points, I think. So, Arizona, good matchup. Jalen Waddle, he's finally healthy, I think, and he also plays the Giants. So, good matchups there. Then I'll go with Tank Dell. Pretty solid matchup with Atlanta. Looking pretty good, Mitch. I think your matchups are in your favor this week, other than Stafford. But Dylan, Lamar, number 5 quarterback against Pittsburgh. Too easy. Miles Sanders, he's kind of been dog shit this year because their offensive line sucks, and he's Miles Sanders. But maybe he'll get you a touchdown. Khalil Herbert, yeah, I think you got to roll him out after that 20-point week, especially against Washington tonight. Hopkins has been not DeAndre Hopkins. I think the NFL got it right when they said he was a little bit washed. Best matchup right here, except for he will be shadowed by Surtain, so that could shut him down. But Garrett Wilson, I think you got to fire him up. Zach Wilson looked good last week, so expect his best week of the season, I think. Evan Ingram, he's been quietly solid too, but it's tight end. You never know. And he's rolling out with Jalen Warren against Baltimore. That's a little bit risky, but he is kind of getting more and more snaps every game. Najee's not looking great. I still think this one, though, I think Mitch is going to pick up his first win. Mitch has got the talent. Number 1 tight end, damn, did not see that by T.J. Hawkinson, but tight end's also been kind of a crapshoot this year. So, Mitch, get your first win. Text Dylan, give him some shit about it because losing to an 0-4 team is just embarrassing. We'll go ahead and move on to me and Caleb. Pretty big margin here, 10 points spread on this one. 2-2-2 teams looking to go positive in that win column. Josh Allen, just a beast. He's got Jacksonville. I mean, could easily have another 40-point week. Jacksonville has not been good. They lost to the Texans. Pretty sad. Najee Harris, disappointing year, big time. I don't see it getting any better against Baltimore. Samaje Perine, sneaky play potentially with Javonte Williams, most likely going to be out here. It is against the Jets. Don't like that. But he could be the lead back this week. Him and that McLaughlin guy, but Perine may get his first touchdown. Tyreek against the Giants, 40 points. CeeDee Lamb against the Niners. I don't know. Niners defense also hasn't been as good as they usually are, so he could easily get you 15. Laporta, been looking really good at tight end. Great fucking draft pick there, Caleb. Could be the sneaky little keeper next year. We'll see. Ayuk against Dallas. He's also been really good, but it is Dallas. Not a great matchup. Could be a down week for Ayuk, but also Dallas defense did lose Diggs, so there could be some weakness there. And then Cowboys versus Niners is the first real team that they played, so I don't expect them to get 30. I mean, they'll probably be closer to about 10, 11, but still going to be solid. All right, and looking at my team, Jalen Hurts of the Rams, you love it. David Montgomery coming off a big week against Carolina, good matchup there. Kamara against the Pats, hopefully he gets 13 catches again. Still a pretty solid matchup. And then Diggs at Jacksonville. Josh Allen, going to feed Diggs. It's going to be lovely. It is in London, just FYI. It's at 8:30 in the morning. I will be awake for that because I have a child and I get up at 5:30. DJ Moore tonight against Washington. I'm hoping that it keeps rolling with him. It was a little bit scary at the beginning of the year, but hopefully Fields can throw him the ball. And then I had to get a tight end because Freiermuth's out for like 4 weeks. Zach Ertz's been pretty consistent. He's had like 10 targets on week. You got to love it. We got a comment here. Oh, who said something? Don't forget the parlay. Of course, the degenerate wants us to talk about parlays. Where was I at? Zach Ertz, I think he could be solid. If he gets me 8 points, I'll be happy because recently I've been getting like 2 points out of my tight end. So if he gets me 8, I am. And then here we go, baby. Finally, they come out. Robert Saleh said, hey, Breece Hall is not on a pitch count anymore. He was on a pitch count in the first week and he had like 200 yards. Breece Hall against Denver. I'm hoping for a big week. I'm hoping for about 17 to 20 out of Breece Hall this week. I think this is the week we finally get to see him unleashed. And then I swapped out my defense. Ravens at Pittsburgh. Not a bad matchup. It's going to be closer because I think Hill, Lamb, and Allen can put up a lot of big points here. Same with Ayuk. I'm still going to take myself. I feel like my matchups are too good. I feel like my running backs have been great recently, so that can continue. I'm going to take the dub here. Sorry, Caleb. You're just going to have to go back to your tent because you are homeless. And last but not least, our showdown of the week. Wait, did I talk about? I didn't talk about. We're not there yet, people. I'm talking too much. All right, we'll go with Simon and Brian. We got a high scoring projected total here. Simon started out rough. His team's looking a lot better. Brian's undefeated. Simon needs a win. Brian's trying to stay undefeated. It's going to be close here. This is not the showdown of the week, just by the way, but damn, Simon's team looking pretty solid there in the positional rankings. Same with Brian's team. Got a lot of top 10 guys on their teams. This one should be showdown of the week. Maybe we got 2 this week. The other one's coming up. Jordan Love, going to start him. He's going to be great. Mahomes, it's Mahomes. Nothing wrong there. Bijan with a good Houston's quietly been good against running backs, but it's Bijan. He'll be fine. Kyron Williams has been great. Hopefully Olave can get more than 1 catch this week. Solid matchup. They lost their good corner and their good pass rusher. So that defense is not like it used to be. We'll see if Nico Collins can continue to be what he is. Mark Andrews has always been solid. I like Dobbs here against Vegas. He's been quietly good with like 15 a week. So pretty good flex play there. Chiefs defense against the Vikings. Little risky, I think, because, I mean, either way, Kirk's going to have to sling. I think it's still going to be pretty high scoring, although don't think Kirk's going to get just in the points he needs. CMC versus Dallas, matchup proof. Expect 20 out of CMC. I like Pacheco here versus Minnesota. I think he's going to have another big week. Same with A.J. Brown and Nacua. Like, everything's looking good for Simon right now. Everything's kind of turned the page there for Simon, except for Waller. We'll see if Waller can finally do something. He's kind of been dog shit. Same with Debo against Dallas. You don't like that matchup either. But pretty high scoring game. I think it will be high scoring. I think it's going to be in the one. It's going to be like 128 to 122, and I think I'm going to have to give it to Brian. I just don't like your matchups here with Dallas. You got 2 against Dallas. McCaffrey could come back down to earth. I mean, I know I just said he could up 20, but I don't know. This one's going to be close. I'm still going to take Brian. I think Brian remains undefeated. Okay, and here we go into what I meant to do the fucking first time. And why is this matchup of the week? We have a 0.8 difference in the projected total. We got 2 2-2 teams right there in the middle fighting to go 3-2. We got A-Ray over here with the same name as last year, and Brady, wide receiver U, ready to rock this week. Let's take a look. He's still rolling out Trevor Lawrence at Buffalo. Hasn't been good against bad teams. I don't think he's going to do good here against a good team, but they will have to throw a lot. Maybe Trevor Lawrence will finally throw more than 1 touchdown. We'll see. Derrick Henry against the Colts. You do like that. James Cook, same here against Jacksonville. Devontae Adams is another one. Matchup proof and revenge game. If he plays, which he should, because I think he left the game for 1 series and then came back. But Devontae Adams could get 25, 30 points this week just with that revenge game there. Marquise Brown, beginning of the year, not looking great, but Arizona's coming around, so that is looking better for sure. Kyle Pitts, I think you told me today you're going to bench Kyle Pitts. Hopefully you do, because he is the Pitts. I don't think it's him. I think it's just the offense he's on. It runs through Bijan. Desmond Ridder can't throw the ball, so maybe you look for a replacement there. I think you did pick up Tyler Higbee, so maybe that's what you're looking to do. Joe Mixon in Arizona. Hopefully the Bengals can move the ball, but that is a good matchup there. Your defense should be solid as well. Expect 2 interceptions at least. Looking at Brady's team, Anthony Richardson, pretty solid. He's not going to be able to run on Tennessee like he has been, but I think he's going to be more limited this week. So okay matchup, but he's not the best thrower right now. Dameon Pierce, you got to roll him out because you ain't got no other running backs. He has not been great. Playing Atlanta, who's been okay against running backs this year. Not the best matchup. Same with McLaughlin here. Jets are pretty solid. Interesting pickup, too. I mean, Javonte shouldn't play, and he looked good. So that could work out for you. Justin Jefferson against the Chiefs. I mean, he's always going to get you points. He's Justin Jefferson. He's literally the best wide receiver in the league right now. He's matchup proof, so expect a good week from him. St. Brown missed 2 days of practice. Should play. Good matchup against Carolina. I think he's going to get you the 14 points he's been getting you every single week. He's been super consistent. Hunter Henry, not bad, but who knows with that Patriots offense. It's looking like garbage right now. And then Calvin Ridley at Buffalo. You don't like that matchup, but I'm pretty sure they lost Davis White, if I remember correctly. So that could open things up for Ridley. They will have to throw a lot. We'll see. You thought he was going to be a beast last week. He got 10 points, which is not bad, but he's not. That's nowhere near beast level. Maybe you should have traded him to me. Good pickup here with the Dolphins against the Giants. That is a good streaming defense. They could easily shut them out and win by 50. And then kicker, whatever. This one's close. This one is going to be super close. I don't know, man. I think I give the edge to Brady, the quarterback. Definitely running backs to A-Ray. Wide receivers, got to be Brady, but I think Devontae Adams could outscore both of his wide receivers with that revenge game. If you switch out Kyle Pitts, it's looking okay. This is a toughie. I think I gotta give it to Brady here. I gotta give it to Brady. Sorry, A-Ray. I know you're my boss and you're buying me lunch tomorrow, but his team's just looking better right now. Maybe switch out Trevor Lawrence with somebody else, and you might have a chance. But yeah, that was our showdown of the week. I don't really have a whole lot else here. We already looked at the standings. We looked at last week. We looked at this week. It's been a pretty good season so far. It's been a little bit different this year. Things didn't pan out. People got hurt. Who knows? Oh, there was one thing I was going to talk about on my team. I'm going to be left with a very tough decision here. Because let's talk about my team for a second. First of all, you love the matchups here. You love all the green. That looks just amazing. I'm going to have to choose 3 running backs out of the 4 because I think Saquon's going to play. But they play Miami, at Miami. This game can get out of hand fast, and with a hurt Saquon coming back, I could see him being 1, limited, and 2, if it gets out of hand, he's going to get benched. So I think I got to stick with what I got. If he plays and goes off, that sucks. But it is what it is. And last but not least, Brian wants to talk about bets. I don't have DraftKings pulled up right now. But I do have a lock of a parlay that I was going to share with the boys. I was just going to do a 3-leg parlay. I'm going to take the Bears to cover 10.5. So Bears plus 10.5. Justin Fields with 200 passing yards. And Brian Robinson with a touchdown. Lock it in. If you don't lock it in, then you ain't going to win. Because last time we did a live bet, it hit. And people didn't follow. I won $120. Where were you at? Yeah, all right. Well, I'm tired. I've been talking way too much, and that lasted way too long. So, good luck this week. Thursday night football in like 13 minutes. Bears might win by 20. Dick Buckus. Rip. But yeah, Commanders are probably going to win. Take the Bears to cover, and you're going to win money. All right, folks, that's all I got. Hopefully you have a good week. Not really. Hopefully you all lose. And yeah, we'll see you later. Bye, guys. Go Chiefs.